Munich's Black September. September 5, 1972. Munich, West Germany. This Olympic Games were presented as the Cheerful Games, a symbol of peace and New Germany. Right before dawn, 8 militants from the Palestinian group Black September slipped into the Olympic Village and entered Israeli team's quarters. Wrestling coach Moshe Weinberg was shot during the initial assault. Weightlifter Yosef Romano was killed while resisting. 9 other athletes were taken hostage. Attackers demand release of over 200 prisoners and 2 German militants. Israel refuses to negotiate. A tense standoff follows, broadcasted live worldwide for nearly 20 hours. German authorities attempted a rescue at Fürstenfeld Bruck Air Base, but operation was poorly planned and badly executed. Police lacked training and coordination. Gunfire erupted in the dark. 1 helicopter was destroyed by a grenade. The hostages in the other were executed at close range. All 9 remaining Israelis were killed, along with 5 terrorists and 1 German policeman. The games paused only for 1 day, but global sports security was permanently changed. Ayrton Senna, April 28 to May 1, 1994. Imola, Italy. San Marino Grand Prix begins at the Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari under heavy tension. The cars are faster than the tracks were built for. Mistakes leave no margin. On Friday, Rubens Barrichello survives a violent airborne crash. Saturday turns fatal. During qualifying, Roland Ratzenberger suffers a front-wing failure at over 300 kilometers per hour and hits the wall head-on. He is killed instantly. Ayrton Senna is deeply shaken. He places an Austrian flag in his cockpit, planning to honor Ratzenberger if he wins. That night, Senna barely rests. On race morning, he speaks with Alain Prost about reviving the Grand Prix Drivers Association to address safety. He admits he has a bad feeling and says he is not optimistic about the race. Despite the warning signs, the race continues. On lap 7, at the flat-out Tamburello corner, Senna's Williams suddenly leaves the racing line. There is no visible steering correction. Car strikes concrete wall at over 200 kilometers per hour. Senna is airlifted to hospital in Bologna, but the injuries are fatal. Skull fractures, severe brain trauma, a ruptured temporal artery. He is pronounced dead later that day. The greatest driver of his era never finishes lap 7. Ray Chapman, August 16, 1920, New York City. A regular season baseball game unfolds at the Polo Grounds between Cleveland and the Yankees. Chapman, a popular shortstop, steps into the batter's box during the 5th inning. Nothing about the moment feels unusual. Yankees pitcher Carl Mays delivers a fastball from his low, submarine-style motion. Visibility is poor. Baseballs are reused until dark, scuffed, harder to track. The pitch rides high and strikes Chapman square on the left temple. He drops instantly, collapsing at home plate. Players rush in. He never regains consciousness. Chapman is taken from the field and rushed to a hospital. He dies roughly 12 hours later from a fractured skull. Ray was 29 years old. Shock spreads through the sport. Chapman's death forces change. Dirty balls were removed from the play and replaced with clean white ones. Pitching tricks like spitballs start to disappear. Safety becomes #1 priority. Chapman remains the only major league player to die from an on-field injury during a game. Over the Edge Fall, May 23, 1999, Kansas City, Missouri. Owen Hart prepares for a pay-per-view entrance at Kemper Arena, performing as the Blue Blazer. The plan is meant to be theatrical. He's lowered from the rafters toward the ring, acting tangled in his harness before releasing himself for a staged fall. Roughly 78 feet above the ring, the plan collapses. The quick-release mechanism triggers early. Hart drops straight down, chest first onto the top rope, just feet from a turnbuckle. The arena freezes. Television viewers don't see the fall. A pre-taped video plays as the lights stay low. Inside the ring, medics rush in. Announcer Jim Ross tells viewers, "This isn't a storyline." Hart is badly hurt. He's taken to Truman Medical Center as attempts to revive him continue. Minutes later, he's pronounced dead. Blunt force trauma severed his aorta, causing massive internal bleeding. He was 34. The entrance meant for spectacle becomes one of wrestling's darkest moments. The only NFL death. October 24, 1971, Detroit, Michigan. Chuck Hughes, 28, is a wide receiver for the Detroit Lions. It's a regular season game against the Chicago Bears. Late in the 4th quarter, Hughes runs a routine pass route. Nothing unusual, no contact. As the play ends, he suddenly drops to the turf. No hit, no tackle, just collapse. Bears linebacker Dick Butkus is nearby and immediately signals for help. Trainers and medical staff rush onto the field as the stadium goes quiet. Teammates kneel. Fans watch in confusion. Hughes is treated on the field and rushed to the hospital, but he never recovers. He's pronounced dead shortly after arrival. An autopsy later reveals advanced arteriosclerosis and a severe coronary blockage. Cause of death is coronary thrombosis, a massive heart attack. The game was completed in silence. Chuck Hughes becomes the only NFL player to die on the field during a game.